Alrighty, everybody, and welcome back to another Space Engineers video. So today we're gonna basically, since it's episode 9, we're gonna be working on stuff around the base, like the hangar I'm currently standing in which, yeah, very much needs to be finished before we can start shipbuilding next episode. Which projector here, because I designed the ship in creative, I know, how dare I, but I'm gonna definitely put my own twist on it. Now being in survival, I actually haven't tested if the ship can hold its own weight in gravity, because I did put thrusters on it. I don't know if I'm going to keep the configuration though. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at some stuff I did off camera. The one thing of notability, one thing that I should say that I did, because I did do this completely off camera and I have been working on it. You might go, oh, what's this? I've built us a whole brand new production room and even set up auto crafting. Right now, if I was to go to production, the only reason why none of these are building is I have no components, which might mean that hopefully I can get some friends online to help me do like a massive mining expedition. You might be wondering, how are you going to build all that many mining ships? Well, that's where the next thing I'm going to show you comes in. This is a welding pit that I built up after I streamed. I think it was on Wednesday, so yesterday, the day of recording this. And yeah, this is definitely something that I'm extremely happy to have. So we're just going to quickly test it really fast. Now, this is, if I remember correctly, this entire build is 5 by 7 blocks. So 5 blocks wide by 7 blocks long, all completely and specially designed to build stuff like mining ships and keep it built. Now, this is definitely something that I'm happy to have, because it means that I can build a lot easier. What it is I literally I took out the connector that was here. I took a piston, put a rotor on the edge of it, built this rig or gantry off the end of it, and stuck a projector here so I can project anything that I have a blueprint of. The gantry can go up to, the piston will extend up to 6.5 meters, not blocks, 6.5 meters tall, and looks a little something like this. Now, this moves slow enough to weld something up. I might slow it down so I don't have to kind of pedal it back and forth, as some might say. Now, we also, well, we haven't really done much off camera. It's pretty much just been this and that production room. That production room I streamed the building of across about 2 streams, which you can go onto the lives or go into the stream archives playlist and watch those if you want. They're interesting, to say the least. So yeah. Also, that's a nice sign. I like it. We're gonna blueprint and print a few of these mining ships and hopefully get like a friend or two online and get some help getting resources. Now, each of these has a single cargo container on it, but it is meant to be paired with the larger ship, and we're basically just going to be working on cleaning up the base today and getting it in a state where it's nice. But these are designed to be meshed with the eel, which is this thing over here, which you'll also notice I took out the little bridge here. I felt as it had no point being there and it just obstructed this. Now, I got more gold and all that, and what we're going to do is, if you give me a... Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on this projector and we're going to see how it, what the ship looks like, so we get an idea of what space we're working with. Yeah, so let's just quickly pop that on, and there she is. Now, this is something I designed in creative mode last night. And I'm actually kind of happy with how it looks. Of course, you have reverse thrust there. We have our upward thruster there. Now, the paint job is completely for us to do. It even comes equipped with a hanger, which is something I'm very happy about. It has a hanger. It has a basic assembler, basic refinery, has cargo abilities. But I've talked on long enough. I think we're going to start with the tunnel. And we're going to start off with a time lapse. This video, I will discretion ahead. Very time lapse heavy video. Mainly just because of how bad my voice is. But hopefully we can get some stuff going. We might even have a mining montage with some things like welding up the stuff over there. It's going to be really easy to get mining montages, and I just realized that a part of my door is broken. Well, I'll be back with y'all after that time lapse.
Your fists come alive. This is my town, where they come out at night. As they rise, as they fall past my eyes. What a plan to devise as you conjure the lights. I've seen the light. Showing signs that the first in line is an afterthought. Building bridges to satisfy what you're asking for. And it feels too much, all this world. And it feels too much, all this I'm imagining. Take a break for a moment, give yourself time to breathe. Better off on your own, affording a memory. And it feels too much, all this world. And it feels too much, all this I'm imagining. Right in front of my eyes, I watch the world turn over me. A blissful sight to close the day. So temporary before, now it's here to stay. Say what you want, it's a tragedy. Purify yourself for fun. Say what you want about apathy. I'm not the only one. This is the time in front of me. I'm settling the score. The same rules apply here, the same as before. Feeling trapped and bound on solid ground. Wishing I could comprehend the meaning of the arguments. The fire goes inferno, the sirens ablaze. Thought by now that I would understand that we're all searching for the promised land. Say what you want, it's a tragedy. Purify yourself for fun. Say what you want about apathy. I'm not the only one. This is the time in front of me. I'm settling the score. The same rules apply here, the same as before. Smashing the ground, these tears of a clown are free. Lost and found, well I need you now for the energy. I guess you're looking at me. The same rules apply here, just not as they say.
Alrighty, everyone, and we're back. So, remodel's done, and I will say I am so happy with how this has turned out. I am just ecstatic, and if you can't tell by my voice, it's a few days later. It's around 3:36 on the 23rd right now. Though my voice still is a bit iffy, my throat still hurts a lot, but I definitely sound clear. But I am so happy with this remodel. Like, beyond happy. And I'm sorry that the frame rate's so bad. I noticed it during the time lapse while I was recording, and I'm noticing it now. It occasionally dips down to like 9 frames per second, which no one likes, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could do more about it. It's purely just because of my computer. I don't think I can do much about it. But we have a remodel done. We have that, and something else I did off camera that y'all didn't see after the time lapse was I went to creative and designed a welding ship that I then used our little fancy smanchy little welding pit over here to weld up. So if you notice, if I turn that on and reverse this, I also slowed this down to make life easier. Yeah, you'd see, oh look, it's the welding ship in all its glory. Uh, I may be realizing, like, wait, why is the connector on the side and not on the back? That's just because of simplicity's sake. I didn't really want to change this back half all that much. Like, I didn't want to change, like, from right here backwards, because just purely based off of just pure laziness. I didn't want to have to do a major redesign, so I simply took out the conveyor converter. The conveyor's there, and the connector from here, and I just added another junction to the side here, and added this on. Now I don't think it looks too bad. Other people might disagree, which is understandable. But yeah, I did want to quickly take a quick moment to kind of get sidetracked and thank another YouTuber who's been helping me stay motivated to make these. He's a smaller one, but he's been streaming for a while and has a much larger audience than I do. But the dude's just amazing. I'll put his channel up right now. His name is Sleepy something. I can never remember the last bit, but dude is amazing. If you've ever clicked in or tuned on to my streams, especially Dead by Daylight, you've heard him before. He's a friend of mine, and he's just honestly super supportive when it comes to working on these videos. I don't think I would have gone to this point without him recently. You can also see with the tunnel, I took out some wall segments and put some hatching on. I know I like did complete 180 from what I was just talking about, but I just wanted to note this real fast because this is another thing I'm happy about. Is we finally have the tunnel, and you'll see I turned on the projection of the ship so I could just kind of get an idea. Because next thing we're doing is we're welding up that we're first off, I'm gonna hopefully get this weld up. I won't time lapse that. What I will time lapse is the welding of this massive room. Now, if you're wondering, yes, I will use the B-boy for this. I am not that crazy. It's just gonna be so much faster if I do. I've been messing with the script a lot more, so this cargo container on this thing actually has the ability, like I set it up to where it'll fill it with a certain amount of resources. Actually, no. What we're going to do next is we're going to work on a fighter. So, a fighter is something I've needed for a while, and it's something that I just want to do, and I'm hoping I have an idea of what I want to look like. So, we're going to see how that looks. And, yeah, so let's start that now.
I don't need it anymore. I'll turn myself around. I still feel it evermore.
Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed that time lapse. Now, we do have the fighter here, and I'm actually quite happy with how this came out, and definitely excited to see how this fares in battle, as I have not tested it yet, except for, fun fact, building this thing was actually the first thing I did for this video. So, I was actually flying it around not that long ago, and I bashed the front of it, like this front corner on terrain over here, while just kind of flying down this little canyon section down towards the wreckage. I bashed the nose of the thing in, like, right here. But, hopefully, uh, it like, still perfect condition. It just took a bit of armor damage, and then, I lost an upwards thruster, but it wasn't really all that bad. So, if it wasn't apparent by my voice, I am sick. I don't know what happened, so I'm just trying to record this while my throat isn't a horrible mess like it was earlier. Because trust me, no matter how bad it sounds right now, it was much worse earlier. Now, I did change something up in between scenes. I want to show you what I did. So, in between scenes, I added another mod called S-Hanger Doors, which you can see right here. I also added a bulkhead here for the tunnel. I also added in lighting. So, of course, I have that. And then we have this room, which is a lot better, which I know, oh my god, he's opened the admin menu. But, this is what it looks like in the dark, in which I'm definitely happy with how much this lights up the room. This does it to a point in which I'm happy with, and you also notice, oh, catwalks. What's that all about? So if we were to walk up here, you will see, oh, I added a staircase over here. And I'm basically just trying to plan a lot of this out before going and welding it all up. But if we go up the staircase, we will find ourselves onto what will be the boarding area, in which I plan to make a little extendable platform from here onto whatever ship we're building. I have the connector there, which I might move around. I don't know. I don't think I actually want to use that blueprint. I kind of want to design this from scratch. That's why I'm giving myself so much time to work and build the ship. Because you gotta think, I have 2 weeks to work on a single episode, so I have plenty of time to work and design something in survival. But with the staircase, which I'm actually really happy with how it came out, it only took me like a half hour to build for some ungodly reason. But we got this built, and yeah, so next thing we're actually working on, if you notice, we're in the hangar. We're actually going to be time-lapsing us welding this up. And yeah, hopefully we get this all worked out and finished. But I will be back with y'all once this is fully welded up.
You give it all, but you take a plea. It smells of desperation, suffocating me. You take a stab and you cut your teeth. This situation has me feeling lost for words. 'Cause I once knew a girl.
hope y'all enjoyed that time lapse. As you can see, some stuff's changed. I just realized there are 3 blocks up there that I need to weld up. We'll get back to that. If you didn't already notice, yeah, there's this ring on the floor with this goofy little pattern in it. I just kind of was trying to think of things that make the floor more interesting. If you can't tell, I'm still sick, very much so, but it's to the point which I'm mainly just congested. We got the entirety of the hangar welded up finally, and I'm so happy. We got some more lights added up there. Of course, we did the tunnel earlier today, and I just worked on this a bit right before recording this clip. And let's go up there. So, of course, we have this stairwell that we're going to take to go up here when we're ready to launch. And I've kind of imagined what this is going to look like, in which I'm super excited to start next episode, getting the framework set up for it. But we have all of this. Now, this basically will, if I hit this and then hit that, I mentioned previously how I want to do a boarding ramp, and well, I kind of thought that through. Now I don't know if this is gonna line up. We're gonna be extending it depending on where the door is, but because this is the back of the hangar and this is the front of it, I plan to have nacelles back here, so the front bit will be slimmer. I have an idea of what it will look like. Hopefully, cross our fingers. But it's not the only thing I worked on after the time lapse. Because after the time lapse, this wasn't actually the first thing I did was come back and work on this. After the time lapse, what I did was something that looked a bit like. Let's open this up. If I'm correct, it should still very much be night. Yes. I worked on some other stuff, like the large hangar here. I removed the old platforms from here. I just realized that that's not welded up. Do I have steel plate? Nope. I will grab steel plate later. I removed the stilt things from over here. I put this in over here. And I don't know if I showed this off earlier, but I built this. Now, I still haven't fully finished repairing everything from the major attack that happened, what was it, last episode? It wasn't really in the last episode, it was during a stream. Hopefully. Also, I add some more things. I made another mining ship because here soon, when I say here soon, right now is the 26th of March. Tomorrow, the 27th, I am going I'm having a friend join the world and we're going mining, but you will not see a recording of it because we learned. You saw during that time lapse, you know how there was another player in there? That's the friend who's going to be joining me, and he was extremely laggy. And my hypothesis is because I was also running OBS at the same time, which you could see being a problem and all that. So, yeah, I still need to get lights in here, but of course we have the fighter all docked up right here, and it's looking pretty good, I think. I'm happy with the shape of it. I want to test it later in this episode, but I want to put a projector on it. I want to fit it with a projector because that's something else I want to do. I also added that to the mining ships. Are projectors, which you cannot see because they're in the like chassis, as I'd call them. Yeah, we got we got a grinding ship also as well here. I don't know how I'm gonna connect this quite yet. My plan, something I want to do next episode once we have the wire frame for our ship done, is build a landing pad out front of here. Now, I do want to apologize because this is probably a long video. I don't know. I haven't really started editing yet. I've kind of been editing as I go, but at my current moment, I have not edited in the slightest recently. I think the farthest I've gone to editing is the hangar to fighter and the fighter time lapse. I'm still trying to pick a song for the fighter time lapse current moment, and yeah. Now I think, oh yeah, can't forget to talk about this. We did something. We actually welded up a good chunk of this hangar. Now, it actually has paint. It actually, looks like a hanger. It goes all the way down to here and caps off here. Now, if you're wondering, oh, why does it look off? It's because this had to become a wall because of the large hanger right here. So this is actually an even width, but we're just treating it like an odd width. So, yeah.
mainly because this room was built first, and then it came really close to this, a lot closer than I had originally thought, apparently. So it just blatantly got kind of messed around, moved around, whatever you want to say. I'm sorry if the video's been a bit choppy. I'm kind of recording these in between larger play sessions, so my computer's CPU is already going a million miles per hour, so my computer's probably chopping some of these frames and all that. That's what we've worked on in this video. Now, I know this sounds like a bit of an outro. That's because it is. That's because I really don't know what to work on next. I've accomplished everything I wanted to do this recording session. I guess some other notable thing is that like I got up here and I recorded a bit of welded up a bit of this room, but it's nothing special because the framework has been there for like an eternity. Like we got the door welded up, we got like there's nothing special really. And with that, Godspeed and good. Bye.